So very limited experience too. It's not like he was a great, outstanding amateur. Like I would wager that the dude probably had less than 10 fights as an amateur. You know what I mean? And to get to where he's at is truly a magnificent marvel. This fight, I felt like he did very well considering all of those things. He fought the best that he could possibly fight. And no, it wasn't going to go the distance. Both of those fighters are heavy punchers.
Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney, the guy that you named the number one at 140. Uh, what do you think, one, about Ryan Garcia, kind of the things that have been out there on social media? We've seen Ryan Garcia in a litany of different subjects. What do you think about his chances versus Devin the Dream Haney, a guy who looks to be entering his prime?
Yeah, look, I love, love these guys. Both of them tremendous athletes. Ryan, I love Ryan Garcia. I love his family. I like, they're great people. Um, do I think that Ryan has a chance of winning? I would have to say it's low. Like like the percentage is low of him actually winning the fight. You know what I mean? And it gets lower and lower when you start to realize that it looks like he's not very focused on the fight. When he's when it starts to look like his mind is not focused on the fight, focused on like exactly what type of strategy are you going to pull off to even land a punch against this guy. You know what I mean? What worked? What don't work? How do you pull off that hook? You know what I mean? How are you gonna like actually like be um be successful against somebody like that? So and so it seems like he's not very focused with all the things that is being spoken about and the things he's doing on social media. Now the thing is that could be all just a scam and a joke. And if it is, well then I'm very, very wow. You know what I mean? That's some Blair Flair shit.
Blair. We remember that you had your own struggles at one time with mental health, and that you've been an advocate for mental health. So there's a contingent of folks that are saying, well, if he's been trying to sell the fight, and if he was selling the fight via the mental health angle, that I'm not feeling that. What would you respond to that, having been a person that has suffered from what multiple Americans suffer from daily?
Look, he very well might be going through mental health problems, but the thing is, one, there's no shortage of money and finances. There's no shortage of opportunity. There's no shortage of the fact that he definitely has a fight on his hands and that it's very winnable. I mean, I'm pretty sure he knows this fighter more so than anybody because he's fought him multiple times already.
Yes.
Um, so it's not like he couldn't come up with a strategy. And it's like he has an opportunity. So like can I say that like is he gonna sell the fight through like mental health? No, I don't think that's gonna like really jive. And the reason why is because like that's just not how like you know what's great? I'd love to see you win this fight. Win this fight like and then show people, well, look, I was going through a whole lot of stuff in this and blase, and like this, and regardless of the situation, regardless of what's happening, I still won the fight. Not like, oh shit, I didn't prepare that well and I didn't look that good because of this. And you know what I mean? I would rather see him win the fight. You know what I'm saying? Win the fight. Just focus on winning the fight and be grateful that you even have this opportunity because, not everybody has this opportunity, you know? And that's what I would see and I would say. And that's what I would do. I would focus on the fight and make sure that the fight is being not just promoted well, but being executed well.
A lot has been kind of made about the omissions of Ryan in the past about coming out about using marijuana and drinking alcohol, which most people do, but most fighters don't do.
Yeah, I mean, you can't get caught up in just being like everybody else. When he said those things like, oh yeah, like well, like I'm just doing what everybody else is doing. Like, bro, you're not supposed to be doing what everybody else is doing. We're fighters. You're not like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop letting cultures define who you are. You know what I mean? You talk about God so much. We're supposed to be God moving, not culture moving. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to be moved by culture. You're supposed to be moved by God, right? And it just seems like it's kind of like a Jackal Hyde type of thing, whereas though like, okay, one side he's talking about God, and then there's another side where he's just talking about culture and just trying to be like everybody else. Oh, I'm hip with everybody else. Maybe he's hanging around the wrong kind of people. You know what I mean? That could be an element, and that could be a reality. That maybe he's hanging around the wrong people and getting the wrong advice. Because
Maybe,
could
maybe
I say that
so,
he was smoking weed like 5 years, 6 years ago? Because 7 years, 10 years ago? No, he was focused on boxing, man. Do the
you
same
knew
thing
him.
I got you.
You've known him, so that's why I wanted to ask you because you've known with him, you sparred with him, you've been around the boxing Ryan Garcia, uh, and I just want to know, do you see any differences? We all grow,
Like,
we all change. There's room for growth and for change, but as somebody that has shared the boxing space with him,
absolutely. I've seen a little bit of changes, and the little changes is that like he's getting caught up. He's getting caught up in being culture bound, living within culture, living with like the idea like of being culture bound. Sometimes when you get so much fame and you have all of these things, and sometimes you can buy into your own hype. Flair bought into his own hype once upon a time. I understand. I feel it. If there's anybody that will eat it, that will smell his own shit, it would be me. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that's just what it is, you know what I mean? So I like, yeah, I think like the things that he's doing now, he wouldn't ever be doing before because like he was just so focused on just being the greatest boxer he could possibly be. You know what I mean? He didn't want to be the greatest fighter of all time. He just wanted to be the best that he could be. You know what I mean? And he had plenty of great opportunities to make that happen. And he had made it happen on a certain level. He made the Gervonta Davis fight happen. You know what I mean? Look, if it was up to Gervonta, that fight would have happened like 4 or 5 years later. You know what I'm saying? So like, and like honestly, out of all the fighters, I give Ryan more credit than all of them, only for the simple fact that he's willing to actually fight. He's willing to actually fight, whereas like you have a lot of other fighters that can't wait to make up a reason not to fight, like
mm,
like Javante, like all these other fighters that think that they're better than they are. You know what I mean? And think that they call the shots when like, bro, like the people that fucking really pay you are the fans. This isn't about you. It's about the fans at the end of the day. And like, and you're ruining the sport that like treated you so well. And the people that came before you made sure that they made a good path for you to go. And that's what I see.